Hello Capricorn, sorry for such a late video for July. It's been a crazy month for many of us and for myself for sure. And it was weird, I think the Mercury retrograde also didn't allow me to update videos for a while. It was just insane trying to update the previous video for days and days and days and yeah. Well, here we are. It's today, like as I'm doing the reading, it's actually the full moon eclipse in Capricorn, and it's very, very intense. And it's gonna be especially intense for you, Capricorn. So, bear with this one. Really be gentle with yourself. Not just tonight and these days, but this eclipse season. And this is a tough year for Capricorns. Especially because of the south node, north node. You have the north node in Cancer and south node in Capricorn. So humanity at large is kind of feeling this pull of the dark side of the Capricorn, and Capricorns especially. So yes, do take a lot of care of yourself. And be really, really gentle. Capricorn is notorious for being rather tough and rather very, I don't know, like hard working and a lot of discipline and maybe a little bit distant. Not the gentlest of creatures, let's put it this way. And maybe that side of you might show up a lot this period, these days. Yeah, let's see what the reading has to say, but just my just a message from myself here, and I want a more personal note, is to really be as gentle as you can with yourself and just see it for what it is, and allow yourself to feel also the tough side, but allow yourself to see also to feel and see also the gentle side that the tough side has been always trying to protect. That's what it always been there for. Provide security, provide there you go, wish fulfillment. Man of Cups. So okay, let me just make this short introduction that this is a general reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. I'm gonna put the structure. Usually I read it without structure because I don't want people to get stuck into the whole okay, this is the past, this is the future, this is the challenge, this is the outcome. The moment I say this is a challenge, a lot of people take it upon themselves as words have power. So I kind of allow people to usually make the readings a little bit more fluid, but this time I feel called to put a structure. So this is your current energy, this is your challenge. What is it that it's challenging for you right now? Just gonna do a classic 4 spread. This is your advice. And this is where this is taking you. Likely outcome. And I always look at the bottom of the deck as the theme of the reading, the underlying energy. And I'm gonna pull out the clarifiers before I even go into this, because it just gets a bigger picture. So let's see, do you have a Capricorn? Second half of July 2019. Okay. The Empress. Fascinating with the 9 of Cups. Yes. Do you have the Hangman? Where's the Hangman here? Please clarify the Hangman. So guys, this is a general reading. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, then it just doesn't. Don't try to make it fit. The star in your challenge position of the hangman. We have for the Ace of Pentacles, the Tower at the core of your reading. That's what I was talking about. It is intense, Capricorn. Oh, it is. And what do we have as an outcome with the Five of the Lovers? I knew it. I knew it's gonna show up. The Devil, which is your energy, Capricorn, right? So it is clearly your reading here. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. This is a lot. This is really a lot. Underlying energy, you have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands with the Devil. This is your theme, right? This is what we're talking about here. And well, besides the fact that the Devil points out at your own energy here, given the whole introduction that I gave of the dark side of the Capricorn, it obviously represents the shadow self and the shadow side of your journey right now, where you're at. Also, eclipses are here to bring a temporary darkness, so we can actually look inside a darkness, and when the eclipse is over, we bring light into those places. It's a sort of illumination, actually. And with the Devil here, I feel like your shadow self has been maybe showing out a little bit more, started appearing, maybe through anxiety, maybe through tension, maybe through this feeling of feeling very defensive and very like you got to stand up for yourself, like you're being put in a corner, like there's nothing you can do but defend yourself. And look at this. The Devil is the mirror image of the Lovers, and they're right next to each other. This comes as the outcome, this comes as the underlying energy, but I think they're heavily connected here. So maybe having to do with your relationships, maybe having to do with your life path in general. You've had been very defensive, and we get this defensive when we feel attacked, when we feel unsafe, when we feel like we need to protect ourselves some way or another. And we feel in these ways again whenever we, like the ego self or the inner child feels unsafe, and that happens when we feel threatened again at an ego level, or when we reliving certain traumatic aspects of ourselves, and where this trauma is being triggered and things like this. So the Devil energy, the shadow part of ourselves, is literally defense mechanisms. So your defense mechanisms are showing up in order to protect you, because you feel unsafe, because it feels so triggering. This full moon, this eclipse is so triggering for you. So you may find yourself coming with old patterns, I don't know, over drinking, overeating, abusing this, and that, anything to numb, anything to distract yourself. These are defense mechanisms. With people who might feel very edgy in your relationship, suddenly feeling attacked all the time, or feeling like like somehow your self-worth is being constantly put on the table, and feeling like you have to justify yourself, or feeling like you have to prove yourself and stand your ground. And that's a very it's a very tiring place to be, and it's very, very draining. It's not a healthy place to be, and you know that. And you felt it for sure. You felt it for sure. And yeah, your current energy right now, it's actually quite great with the Nine of Cups and the Empress. It has to do with what is it that you're wishing for and how to get there. I think you're understanding in this full moon and this eclipse night that you don't need to try so hard. You don't need to employ all these strategies in order to feel safe, in order to get what you wish. You can relax and embody more of this feminine aspect of the earth energy that you are you're an earth sign, so your energy is very earthy, right? So the empress, what she does, she's basically, she attracts, right? She attracts, she knows how to attract. She sits there relaxed within her own power, and it's not like she's not doing anything. She knows what to do, she knows where to put effort, and she knows how to attract the people that can do the things that need to be done. And she's creative, and she's like, she's the empress. Yeah. But all this is happening from a place of love, from a place of nurturing, from a place of pure creativity. So, and with the Nine of Cups here, obviously, like this person's been enjoying all this the wealth of this cup, which is emotional wealth, which is like, yeah, it's wish fulfillment. So you finally understanding that you don't need to, Capricorn, it knows or believes, lives in this paradigm that you gotta work hard, you gotta work really, really hard in order to succeed. And it's also strongly driven by this um, wish to achieve, need to achieve in order to have a stronger sense of the self and of self gratification and acceptance. And well, that's the dark side of the Capricorn. For Capricorn has a lot of great qualities, and the working hard part, it can actually go both ways. Sometimes Capricorns can work themselves to death, and that's also the lesson being learned here, that that's not the only way, right? You learn to embody more of this feminine energy. We're here to learn. We're all here to learn. We have certain specifics, and it's it's much easier to do your Capricorn type of very structured, very hardworking, very type of action into the world. But we're also here to learn that there are other ways as well, and they may not come as natural, but they can be they can have bring different kind of satisfaction that maybe you didn't expect. And Empress is definitely a strong message in that way. Still very earthy, still very grounded, but she is much more intuitive and creative, right? She allows for that creativity, she allows for that relaxed state of flow and growth. Your challenge right now is actually to be in this hangman and healing period. You feel like there's so much stress, there's so much going on, there's so much things to do, and you're learning about this, but your normal impulse would be like, okay, let's the action, yeah, um cardinal sign, get things done, start from there, achieve this much in the next week, all this, by the end of the month I need to have this done and done and done and done. And that's your typical pattern, and you're kind of being asked with this energy to slow down and to allow for deep healing to happen. And definitely, like this eclipse and this eclipse season, the second half of July has great potential for that, but that's really challenging for you, especially when you're feeling triggered like this. You'll feel like your whole defense mechanism is kind of being not working for you anymore. So it feels like your world is collapsing and you're falling apart, right? And instead of like slowing down and allowing this hanged man energy to illuminate you from a different perspective, from a different, you're just not the slow type. You're not the slow type that allows for the wisdom within to come out, and you're not the slow type that allows oneself to really rest and taste this like um star energy of like healing and healing the wounds. By the way, this is interesting how they're reversed, right? Because you got the tower, and normally you have the star after the tower, but here you have the star then it's the tower. But that's your challenge, right? This is what's challenging for you, and this is probably why you're feeling like this. This is where you have the tower and the ace of pentacles at the core of your reading, but it's also in the advice position, right? So in a way, it's you've been asked to allow this tower to happen from a grounded place. Feel through this whole wish fulfillment based on the place of attraction, not from a place of striving. And though this is challenging for you right now, by being grounded, by being really present, by allowing this ace of pentacles to like to see the opportunity in this, seeing the opportunity in destroying some of these beliefs that you've been holding on for so long. And this, like, look at how this guy has been fencing up here. He's like defending himself. Well, you've built a tower your entire life to keep everyone out and keep yourself safe. These strict rules and regulations that apply to the world that you live in, that apply to your life, that apply to yourself. Not to say that we don't need that. We all do need some set of rules and values and things, but obviously the old ones don't really fit anymore. You see that this square tower having this like round top, something just doesn't fit, and you've got this like a divine intervention here to wake you up. And you know what, these people look like they're being, I don't know, they're falling to the death here, but they're not. They're being saved, actually. They're being liberated. You are being liberated through the tower energy. And yes, it's not comfortable, but damn, there's nothing comfortable right now happening for anyone. Most of the okay, not generalizing that much, but I think that this energy right now, it's very, very difficult to handle for everyone. So since we're there anyway, look at it as an opportunity to free yourself of some of these patterns that have been waiting on you for a long, long time with this devil here. And it has a lot to do with relationships, has a lot to do with the way you've been showing up into the world and to yourself. The lovers is not just a relationship with other people, but it's a relationship with yourself as well, and the way you're aligning the things you love, how much you've been doing things out of duty, and how much you've been doing things out of like pure passion and love. And yeah, this conflict in relationships. You have the five of swords with this the lovers as your outcome. And I believe that in this case, the five of swords, given it's coming after this whole tower energy with the ace of pentacles, it's supposed to be a victory of some sort, but it does come with the message that pick your battles. You gotta pick your battles, because this is a victory that comes at some cost. And coming with the lovers, maybe it has to do with relationships of some sort. It can be a romantic relationship. It can be also a relationship with somebody who's really significant to you right now, like a family member or dear friend or something like that. So sometimes, even though the sorry about this, guys. I told you this. These month reading were just really, really difficult. And I don't know why I put that candle there. I don't usually, but here you go. Just bet myself in it. So this could signify petty fights, but in this case, maybe this conflict is sort of necessary. And sometimes we back off from conflict because we just don't want conflict, but it's sometimes healthy to go there and allow ourselves to go through it and see what shows up within ourselves. Look at what triggers you and look at how you respond to that. And sometimes we do need to stand up for ourselves. Sometimes we do need to hold our ground. This is also a card about holding your ground here. Of course, when we get stuck in that energy, it's not alright, but it doesn't mean that we're going to allow everyone to come and step over all over us. You know, we still need to stand for our beliefs. We still need to communicate these things. And the Five of Swords, well, it's also it's your mind looking for growth, looking for expansion. Fives are like the agents of chaos in a way, because they're like coming from that stability of the fourth, the from cards of before. So in the Four of Swords, it was like stability of the mind, having like a system together that makes sense. But in the five, it's like it's a little bit conflictual, and it's a little bit unstable, because it feels like there's growth needing to happen, but you don't really know where. And with the Lovers, it's a six as well. So it's kind of like putting you in that place of getting out of yourself, loving something outside of yourself, in order to motivate you to grow into that direction, whether it's a person, whether it's something that like a passion, art, music, something that you really, really, really enjoy doing and you love. And that kind of love can motivate you to grow, to allow you this tower to fall. And I think it's important to look also at where have you been incredibly tough with yourself and having internal conflict here. This is pretty much what's been highlighted in this reading. I'm going to pull a clarifier for this Five of Swords with the Lovers. Four of Cups. One more. It's Four of Cups here. It's a period of like being maybe a little bit depressed, a little bit melancholic. What's this? And Hermit, inwards oriented. You're being taken there. You're being taken to looking inside. Look at what is it that is in these cups. Look at your emotions here. Look at the way you've been showing up to other people and yourself. And there's so much, there's so much growth coming out of here. And of course, after this tower is falling, this whole opportunity of the Ace of Pentacles, of exploration, alignment within yourself at the deepest level. The Hermit is an investigator. He has the star here, again the star. So look at the corners of the parts of yourself within yourself that need healing. Look at the part of you within you that's been in conflict with the world, with divinity, with anyone, with the human condition whatsoever. Look at what parts of you get triggered in order to be loathing of life, the universe, and everything, you know. And with the Lovers, look at how you've been holding yourself back from aligning with what is it that you love the most. Observe these things, look inside, and you finally have the freedom, because the tower fell, to see it. And it's a journey, and it's a learning experience. And as I said, it's not the easiest with this whole energy, but if anyone can do it, you can, Capricorn. You are very, very strong. You have a lot of structure, and this feels a little bit like your typical structures are falling apart, but it's a quite supportive energy. You have a lot of supportive energy here. So I wish you the best for the rest of this month, for tonight, for this eclipse, for everything. And may you make the best out of all these of these occurrences in your life and the present energy. May you learn how to use this the best. I hope this was helpful to you. If you resonate with it, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you here soon.